Welcome, everybody. Today we're really here to honor and celebrate the career of Eric Tomlinson. I have to be honest with you, it's a little bit strange for me not to say the life of, but I'm glad it's the career of. Eric, you've been an exemplary. You've had an exemplary career in the fire service. You've served with the utmost professionalism, showing true care and compassion for the citizens of the service. Retirement truly is well deserved. But you need to know something about retirement. You might find it a little bit more stressful because there are no days off and there's no vacation you can put in for it. Good luck. You know, over the past number of years, I've had the honor to work closely with you as we develop peer support, put processes in place to care for the health and welfare of firefighters. Your career has truly spanned the experience of the fire service. And everything you put your hand to has become a tremendous success. Because of you, and it's not because you knew it wasn't about you. That's what you knew. It wasn't about you. It was about setting up the ability to work. I want to read something that and this is what he writes. I wanted to write a quick speech to talk about my friend. The problem is he placed me in quarantine, so I couldn't be here to use it personally. Thank you, Captain Pat, for delivering this on my behalf. I first want to talk about what Chief T has meant to the organization. He did not take the easy route to the top. He did so the hard way. He started as a ladder guy in the early 1990s of the heyday of Ladder 7-4. His input on procedures are still used and taught today. Eric was one of the department's first rope techs, water techs, and CSR certified. We cut our teeth on the old orange inflatable rigid hull. One night we were called out to the ponds at the entrance of the Lakes project. We were there in our dry suits, wading out to waist-deep water to help a tow company retrieve a stolen vehicle. Eric was trying to go underwater to hook up the tow cable, but his dry suit kept causing him to float back up. Not sure if it was his idea or mine, hopefully his. He had me stand on his back so he could hook up the cable, and it worked. However, him being submerged in duck poop-infested waters caused him a double ear infection. Another time on Ladder 7-4 must have been the winter of '90, when Station 7-4 was just built. Not even had been dedicated yet. Gus crashed the old ladder through the back bay door. He claimed the brakes went out and that Eric, who was riding in the front between me and Gus, should have pulled the e-brake, but he didn't, causing us to tear the door completely off the hinges. When I look back over my career, the highlight was definitely the 10 years we spent on Ladder 7-4 with Chief Shepard as our lieutenant, firefighters Pegas, Tomlinson, Conroy, Dodge, Sherbin, and Merritt. That was quite a crew. Shep had his hands full. We learned from each other and grew as young men, and I'm thankful that Eric was in the bunch. I owe who I am today and the success that I have had those times with those men. Thanks, guys. I remember when he told me he wanted to be a fire investigator. Could not believe he wanted to do that. So off to the police academy he went. He finished #1 academically and also had the highest in marksmanship. As academy graduation, they kept calling him up to get his awards. All night, it was Eric Tomlinson from the Kent Fire Department. It was awesome. He anchored that office for 10 years, putting into place procedures that are still used today. He got promoted to lieutenant in 2000 and went back to shift, seated firmly at Station 7-1B shift. There he was a captain to a bunch of young guys, Captain Glassy, Chief Wolbert, Captain Lyons, and an old guy named John Robbins. Chief T, you taught them a lot and definitely had your hand in their success. I know they think of their time with you fondly. Soon he was promoted to battalion chief. He did not stay on shift very long as he was selected to be the training chief in charge of the consortium. Obviously, he was able to grow the consortium and lay the groundwork for all that are involved today. That's quite a feat to produce a product that all of the departments in South King County want to be a part of. He was the first instructor coordinator for the present-day Recruit Academy. The success of the consortium today is directly related to the relationships he fostered during his time at the helm. He's been a lot of things. He was the union vice president, the acting fire chief when Chief Schneider retired. He kept a steady hand on the organization during the transition and helped Chief Morris get seated at the head of the department. He's been responsible for hiring our future. He has taken part in the hiring process for a generation and a half of our new hires. Some of the people he hired are now captains. It's very stressful to participate in a hiring and then sometimes firing of our personnel. It can really take a toll on a chief officer. He did well, and I never heard him complain about having to do it. So you can see he quietly and consistently moved through the organization, making it better at every stop. His mission as op chief was to keep us trained as well as safe. He also made it his mission to keep us mentally in the game. He made it okay not to be okay. In 2020, it's okay to ask for help. Peer support is alive and well. In 2019, Chief Morris made mental well-being a budget item. And Chief T is a champion of this cause. He has personally helped many senior firefighters through tough times, and provided support for us to survive a very difficult profession. Now I want to say what Chief T means to me. Working in the fire service is very rewarding at times, but it can be a grind. Being a chief officer can be very lonely. Having a friend to share in the experiences is comforting. Blind trust is a thing that does not happen naturally. It takes consistency and has to stand the test of time. In 1988, I lost my brother in a motorcycle accident. It was a big loss for me and my family. Luckily, in 1989, I met Eric. He took the spot of my loss, and I am thankful to have had him as a friend and a brother all these years. Thanks, pal. So in closing, we lose another pillar of the original Kent Fire Department. The department will be okay as the groundwork has been laid, mentoring is complete, tying has been done. Congratulations, my friend, on a career well spent. I know it was not easy. Thank you so much for all you've done for me and the organization. Enjoy your retirement, Jim. You know, many firefighters get to this point in their career and they're able to say that they survived their years in emergency services. Chief Eric Tomlinson has surpassed that. He can honestly say that he thrived through his years in emergency services. So Eric, my friend, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have worked with you in the trenches of shared trauma. From middle of the night chaplain call outs to getting firefighters into treatment so they too can thrive in their business as well. When every little kid says they want to be a firefighter, you are the one they want to be. So congratulations on your retirement.
That's kind of hard to top that, huh? First of all, let me just say thanks to everybody for coming out in the warm morning to do this, and Don and Guard and everybody for doing this, Dan and Dave and Mark for putting this together, right? I think it kind of speaks volumes to this amount of connection people have with you, right? And how much people care about you. And, you know, that's just because it speaks to who you are, right? So I'm going to try to talk about this without making this sound like a memorial. So instead of doing the traditional way of talking about, you know, starts and stops, your transition through the organization, I thought I'd talk about a couple of other things. When Dan put this out, I told Dan, I said, hey, can I just get a couple of minutes? And I just want to share a couple of thoughts, so I won't talk too much longer. But a couple of words come to mind when I think about you, Eric. And most of those words I think I'm comfortable with sharing in front of everybody. The first one's commitment, right? So you're the guy who always said yes, man. I mean, I haven't worked with you for 30 years, but in the 3 years I've worked for you, in the history that you've been in the organization, you've always been the person that said yes, step forward, I'll do that. If there was something needed to be done, you were the one that was willing to do it, right? So commitment, right? The second thing that comes to mind is dedication. Commitment and dedication, I know sound a lot alike, but the difference is dedication is once you said yes, then you dedicated yourself to giving it everything you had, right? The 100% effort. Look what you did with the investigators. Look what you did with the training consortium. The list goes on. But you're committed and dedicated. And then the last word, man, that comes to mind is just loyal, right? You are loyal beyond belief. And that is the difference between loyalty, commitment, dedication. Loyalty is about people, right? You're focused on the relationship and you're focused on taking care of people, even when it's a difficult conversation and even when it's not a fun conversation. The conversations that you and I have had over the last 3 years about how we're going to do this and how we're going to do that, and we haven't always agreed, right? But we always respected each other, and you always offered to be that respected, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Right? You know, for me, my only regret is I didn't get to work with you for the last 30 years, right? I wish I had. It would have been an amazing experience because the 3 years that we did get to work together was 3 of the best years of my career, right? And that was because of you. So I can't express to you how much that means, right? And this organization is better for you because of you, right? Because of your commitment, your dedication, and the fact that you've been loyal to the organization from day one. But that's who Eric was before you got here, and that's who Eric is going to be after you leave her. That's why today's not about a start or a stop or an end or a beginning, right? This is just Eric. Right? We just got lucky to share the last 30 years with you as part of this organization. So I appreciate you doing that for us, right? I appreciate Jody letting us, right, as an organization, right, and Jody's family and the sacrifices you made along the way that they made so that you could be committed, dedicated, and loyal to the organization, right? And so I just appreciate you for that. I think as we move forward, you know, we're in a great place. You've lined this up. And I think moving forward, man, is I know that the things that you are, the person that you are, doesn't change. And so when I call you next week or 2 weeks or 30 days or 3 months down the road, and I got a question for you, you'll say, yeah, what's up? And I'll say, hey, can you do something for me? You're going to say yes, right? And then you'll do everything you can for me, right? And I know that you'll do that because that's just who you are. So I appreciate you. You know, it's been amazing. You've been there for me. So thank you. Okay. So that's all I got to say. Thanks.
Wilbur, do you have the?
All uniform personnel, present on. Order on.
You about here? Yeah, that's good. Rick?
Attention Puget Sound Fire personnel. The Puget Sound Regional Fire Authority is proud to announce the retirement of Chief Tomlinson. Chief Tomlinson is retiring after 31 years of service. Thank you for your commitment and dedication to the organization and your citizens. We wish you the best during your retirement years. The Puget Sound Regional Fire Authority is announcing Chief Tomlinson out of service. Congratulations. Fire One Clear.
You know, the traditions of the fire service are the things that keep us grounded and connected to the very reason that we have committed ourselves to this profession. Commitment to the preservation of life and property. This kind of commitment comes with inherent risks, often dangerous work. A career dedicated to this profession is a tremendous achievement. To honor this achievement, we look to those traditions. One such tradition is the ringing of the bell. Today's modern fire service, the bell is used to signal beginnings and endings as we have used it historically. We use the bell at the Fire Recruit Academy graduation to signal the start of a firefighter's career, placing that firefighter in the service. The bell is then used to signal the end of that career, placing a firefighter out of service. Sometimes that ending is a 21 bell salute, signifying the death of a fellow firefighter. A moment of mourning, heartfelt sadness as the bell sounds with mournful tones. Yet today is not with mourning that we ring this bell. It is being rung in true celebration. So using the traditions of the past, the bell rings to signal the end of a dedicated career. Eric Tomlinson has served for 31 years, starting September 18, 1989, with the Kent Fire Department and the Puget Sound Regional Fire Authority, and the citizens that this department serves. Today, his distinguished career has come to a close with his retirement. Assistant Chief Eric Tomlinson, in honor and recognition of all that you have accomplished. It is with the tradition of the bell that we signal the completion of your duties as Assistant Chief. After 31 years of dedication to our profession, you are now retired and out of service. Congratulations, Chief.
Say hi to everybody. They're all watching.
Well, I didn't expect this. I just want to say thanks to everybody. If I'm going to say one thing, I guess I know there's a God and that he loves me, because 31 years ago, I showed up 5 minutes late to my oral interview and I got hired anyway. And I never really even expected to get the job, much less to be standing here 31 years later. And I really appreciate all the words today. I think I've been given a lot more credit today than I'm due, which I appreciate. But it's been wonderful to be a part of this family and to grow up here. And I have memories of all of us when we were just dumb kids working for Shep, and never realized how hard a job he had until I ended up at Station 7-1. Then it all made sense. It's truly been a blessing. Every experience and every relationship and every day of this job has been a blessing to me, and all of you have been as well. So thank you for today, and my phone number hasn't changed. So I know I'll hear from you over time. So thanks again. I appreciate the chief and your words, and I'll just say the last 3 years have been incredibly rewarding, being your friend and being the assistant to the chief. It's been good. I appreciate what you've brought to this organization. I don't think we didn't have anything like your game inside, and for my money, you're the best fire chief in the zone right now, and I appreciate the fact that you decided to work here and take care of this place. So it means a lot. So, thanks, guys.